Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this new video. It's been a long time since I've done a video like this one. The last one was a day in my life as a PwC consultant, and in this video I'll show you exactly the same thing but at home, since we're all in quarantine and in confinement. And also I'll take the occasion to answer popular questions that I get every single week because of that video. So, what degree do I need to become a consultant? Number 2, what does a consultant do on a regular day? Number 3, what skills do I need to become a consultant? Number 4, how was the interview at PwC or in other big 4 firms? And the last one, where do I start if I want to become a consultant? So if that's something that you're interested in, well, keep on watching. Alright, so the first 30 minutes of my day are dedicated to LinkedIn. It has nothing to do with consulting, but since I'm showing my day, I'll show you exactly what I do even for this YouTube channel. So aside from the YouTube channel, I also run a LinkedIn page giving you career tips, interview tips, and stories from my life that can help you out. So if it's not done already, you should follow me on LinkedIn. So, talking about consulting, let's answer the first question. What degree do I need to become a consultant? And the answer is pretty simple. You don't need a specific degree. To be a consultant, companies see your personality and your soft skills. If you're coming from university, you don't need a specific degree. I had colleagues in business, just like me, my other friend from accounting, and others from arts, philosophy. So you don't need a specific degree or specific experience. You really need the mindset, your personality, and the soft skills that we're going to talk about in question number 3 throughout the day. So let's answer some messages and contribute to the LinkedIn community. Alright, so I'm done with LinkedIn. I'll grab a cup of coffee and we'll move on to question number 2 in my office just before I start my day. It's currently 8:56. So what was the second question again? So what does a consultant do on a regular day? So I'll just explain to you very fast. What do I do in a regular day? I'll just grab my coffee and we'll start. Ta-da! So you already know this room of my house. This is where I film my videos, but it's also here where I work. So I work on my personal things and my regular job as a consultant. So I have 2 computers, my personal one and my work one at DXC Technology. So even before quarantine and confinement and all these things, I was already working from home, and that's why I set up like a nice desk, a nice dedicated place where I could work from home. And so, yeah. Alright, here we go. So, before starting my day at work, I want to address the second question. What does a consultant do on a regular day? So, it really depends on the type of consulting where you work. So, I'm in IT consulting, so my job will be a lot different from other consultants in risk, in strategy, in management consulting. It's all different, but it all comes to one thing. We all work with clients in different industries and we always have new projects every year, and that's the thing that most people like in consulting. We also travel a lot, even though IT consultants like me, we don't travel as much as other people, but that's another story. So what do I do in a regular day? So let's take a random example. So let's take a company. let's say Walmart. Walmart uses a lot of software. Let's call them like that. They use a lot of software to handle all the process in their business. So, for example, one software to pay their employees, one software for vacation, one other software for punch in, punch out for employees that do that. There are other ways, more useful ways and more efficient ways to handle a business. And one of these ways is to implement an ERP. So an ERP is like a giant software that does everything for you. So instead of having, 50 software to handle all the processes in your business, then you will have just one or two that will handle everything. Some examples of software ERPs that you may have heard of are maybe Workday, SAP, Oracle, and many other examples. And so what I do is I'm a consultant with Workday. So what I do is I take Workday and I try to install it in my client's business. So it seems easy like that, but every business is different and Workday is customizable. Right now in my current project, we're in the testing phase. So I can't tell you everything because I might get fired. So yeah. Anyway, so we're in testing phase right now. So it's kind of slow, and with the quarantine and everything, I think every business has been affected. So right now what I'm doing, I'm creating training guides and other material for newer consultants that will come maybe in the future. Anyway, so that's what I do in a regular day. And at noon, I have a LinkedIn Live with one of my friends. So stay tuned for that, and we'll proceed to question number 3 at lunch. So let's go.
That's ISO. Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots.
Alright, so I'm done for this morning. It is currently 12:04 p.m. and now, just before I eat, I think I'm just gonna prepare my LinkedIn Live with my friend Amukran. So some of you might ask, how come I can have a LinkedIn Live and work on my things on my YouTube channel, on Primal Career, and I'm working as a consultant at the same time? And that's one of the perks of working from home. Even if I have a full-time job, a regular 9-to-5 job, you see that I can have a LinkedIn Live at noon when other people in my company are eating. Well, instead of eating, I'm having a LinkedIn Live. And that's what is cool about IT consulting more than other types of consulting. We can work from home. We have a better work-life balance. That's what's helping me make videos, because at the end of my day at 4 or 5 p.m., I'm not commuting. I'm not tired as someone who goes to an office every day. And that's why I have the capacity to work on my videos and work on my other stuff that I do. But if you want to start a YouTube channel or start a blog or start anything, that's not an excuse, because millions of people are doing it while having a full-time job, and going to an office. So I'm just gonna change my clothes because, well, I'm gonna give some career advice, and I don't think I will be taken seriously with my t-shirt. So basically we will just be talking about some updates about the coronavirus and how it's been affecting job hunters, what industries are hiring right now, how to prepare for video interviews, and some other cool stuff. So I think still have a couple of minutes before the LinkedIn Live. So let's answer question number 3, right? What skills do you need to become a consultant? So if you're coming from universities, know that companies don't expect that you come with tons of experience. They just want to know if you're someone that is coachable, that is open to feedback, that has the basic soft skills that you need to work in teams, and some basic consulting skills like presentation skills, negotiation maybe, public speaking maybe. But the most important thing is, are you someone who is willing to learn, who is willing to go outside of your comfort zone just to have results? When you come from university, companies are going to spend a lot of money on you, on your training, on everything. So they want to know that consulting is really what you really want, so that you stay long enough. And that's the only thing that you should care about in an interview or when you're networking with other people. if you're coming from university. If you're not coming from university, well, some basic experience will be needed. For example, some experience working with clients, again, some presentation skills, maybe some business analysis skills. So nothing too crazy. All right, so I'm just gonna take my computer. So let's start.
Hey, j'aime bien comment tu as set up ton background.
Alright, so I'm just done now with the LinkedIn Live. Now I'm a bit late for my other meeting, so I'm gonna start it now and I'll explain later. So, let's go. Alright, just standing up a little bit because I'm super tired. It's been like 2 hours of meetings and LinkedIn Live and everything. So that was a monthly meeting that I have with my team just to talk about like some updates, some new clients that we signed, some great initiatives that the team is building. So we have that once a month. And right now I have another meeting again, but this time with the client. But this time I can show my screen because, again, I don't want to be fired. So I'll talk to you soon. Stay tuned for question number 4 just after the meeting. So let's go. Another meeting done now. Wednesdays are always like that. So right now my day is over. It's 4 p.m. already. I just grabbed something to eat. Now, just gonna make some coffee here and then we'll jump into question number 4. How was the interview process at Big 4 firms and more specifically at PwC? So you have to know, I got an interview at Deloitte, KPMG and PwC when I graduated, well, before I graduated, not with EY. I don't know why I didn't find any job posting at EY. EY, do you hire people? Because I haven't seen a job posting from EY in a long time. Anyway, Deloitte, I had a phone interview then. Normally I would have gotten a face-to-face interview, but I wasn't taken. And then KPMG was a face-to-face right away and then a second face-to-face, but I declined after that because I accepted the offer at PwC. And so let's talk about PwC because this is the number 1 question I get every week. How was the interview process at PwC? So you have to know that PwC is a bit different. I think PwC was the first Big 4 firm to not see any of your grades. You had like 3 tests, 1 logical test, 1 personality, and 1 that you needed to like read graphs and everything. And if you succeeded on that test, you had a higher view video interview. And then you had like 4 questions. I don't remember all my questions. And for that, I'm gonna call my previous colleagues that you saw on my other video. If you watched it, let me just grab my phone and call them right now. Hey, what's up?
So the first question was why PwC and why are you applying for this position?
Did you get any other questions? You had like 4 questions, I believe, right?
Yeah, I had 4 questions. The second question was at PwC, we constantly learn new technologies. Give us an example of a new technology you've recently learned.
Wow, okay. That's nice to know.
And the third one was at PwC, we reimagined the possible. Tell us about a time you used your creativity to reimagine a process or strategy. The last question was at PwC, we constantly stay up to date with the latest news. Give us a recent news that you came across and how it affected you.
Awesome. I think I'm gonna write it down in the description for if people can't hear you well or if they don't remember or everything. I think the cocktail is a good opportunity just to get to know everyone and be comfortable the next day during the real interview. I think the more you talk in the cocktail interview, the cocktail just before the interview, and the more comfortable you are during the real interview. Yeah.
You were in groups?
of 5 to 6 people, and we had to solve a case. And they didn't focus so much on the technical skills, but really on how we communicate the team.
Yeah.
So we had this, we're in a room, so we had to communicate, we had to find solutions. Each team member was given a sheet with some information, and we had unique information, and we had to present this information to communicate with teammates. So it was fun and stressful. They just evaluated your skills. There was an evaluator in the room, and once you were done with the skill, once you were done with the team case, we had a one-on-one interview with partners.
Yeah.
And directors.
Do you remember any questions that you had in the one-on-one interview?
Yeah, to be honest, I remember some of them. I didn't feel like it felt like a discussion.
Yeah, same for me. Same for me.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
I remember I was talking with the partner, and after the interview was like 1 hour, and after 40 minutes she was like, "Oh my god, I forgot to ask you legit questions for the interview. Just give me 1 second." And then she started like asking real questions, and then maybe 10 minutes before the end of the interview she was like, "Hey, give me a second because I haven't seen your resume yet." So they didn't see my resume until the last 10 minutes of all the process, and that's what I liked. They gave us all a chance without like reading a paper about us, so we had the occasion to talk about ourselves in the high review video interview, in the cocktail, and in the 1 hour interview as well. Awesome. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Thank you, Yassine. I miss you guys, by the way. Huh?
Sorry?
I miss you.
What did you say?
I miss you, I said.
Miss you too, buddy.
All right, I'll leave you then, okay? Talk to you later.
Thanks.
Bye. So, that was fun. So I hope that we answered the question, so how to prepare or how's the interview process at Big Four firms and at PwC. So, right now, it's kind of late, but we'll be moving on to the last part of my day during a quarantine, and it's walking outside just to get some fresh air. And we will answer the last question: where do you start if you want to become a consultant? So let's do it. So I'm outside right now. It's my favorite part of the day because it just helps me with this confinement and everything. The fact that we're not allowed to go outside, like to see our friends and go to coffee shops and everything. Just walking outside is doing a tremendous thing to my mental health, and it helps me just look forward to something during the day. So now that my day is over, I usually go to the park or just go walk outside, just breathe some air. Usually I listen to podcasts or some music, but right now, since I'm filming this video, I'm not listening to anything. So we will answer question number 5 as soon as we arrive to the park. So let's go. All right, we'll just sit here for question number 5. So, where should you start if you want to become a consultant? For most people who want to become a consultant but don't know how to start, I think the first step should be to make it clear in your head, what type of consulting do you want? Do you want to be in IT consulting? Do you want to be in strategy, in risk? What type of company do you want? Do you want to be in Big Four firms, maybe like McKinsey, BCG, or maybe smaller companies? Once you have that, then reach out to these people working there. I love it when you guys reach out to me just to ask me questions about PwC. Why? Because I worked at PwC. I have experience. I know how I got there, and I know how things work out there. So reach out to people that you know on LinkedIn or that you don't know, it doesn't matter where you want to work, and ask them questions, ask them how they did it, ask them about the skills that you need, and then make a plan. That's the second step, make a plan. It is totally okay for me to get a job, your first job, to get a second job. And my friend Austin Belsack always talked about that, because if you can't get your dream job at first, then make a plan for it, just like I did back in university. make a plan. So get your first job to gather or to learn this new skill, then get your second job to get a second skill, and then your third job, maybe you'll get a job in consulting. That's the mindset to have. You have to think long term. Maybe you can't have your consulting job, your consulting dream job at first, okay? So you have to be ready to make sacrifices. You have to be ready to make a plan in the long term, maybe in 1 year, maybe in 6 months, maybe in 2 years. It really depends on your experience. So, and then follow the plan and you'll succeed. It will take time. It won't be easy, but you'll succeed at the end. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. It wasn't that exciting like the first one, I think, because, well, I'm at home and we don't travel as much now because of all this pandemic thing. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, then subscribe to Primal Career. Let me know in the comment section if you have any other questions about consulting. Maybe I'll do another video about that. And I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.